Good morning, my lovelies. Welcome back. So it is Sunday and we are talking about the week ahead. And I have good news. We are getting to take a breather this week. When I say we are getting to take a breather, what I mean, there's still quite a bit going on, but it is not going to be as intense as the previous 3 weeks. So what is happening this week? First of all, we are talking about the week between the 26th of August to the 1st of September. We're starting the week really slow. On the 27th, we have Venus trine Uranus, finally a nice aspect between the two of them. It's been a bit stressful between Venus and Uranus in the last few weeks. Now, this aspect is going to smooth out the bumps that we've been experiencing. Venus trine Uranus is a very flowy aspect, and it's usually good news in relationships. Again, we can talk about romantic relationships or friendships, family relationships, any kind of relating, right? Also in your work. There's good news somewhere when it comes to your relationships. And the good news is seemingly coming out of nowhere. You didn't expect it. It's a bit of a surprise, a very pleasant surprise. Then on the 29th of August, we have Mercury stationing direct. We're not out of the woodworks though. You know, when Mercury stations direct, there is a bit of a holding phase in space. This Mercury stationing is going to influence the new moon because obviously Mercury is ruling that new moon in Virgo. But we'll talk about this in the next video. Now, Mercury stationing direct are in 21 degrees of Leo. If you have any planets, points, anything in this area, between 20 and 22 degrees, you will feel this really intensely. This stationing might be the beginning of a big shift for you. I assume this retrograde was probably really heavy for you, especially if you are an early degree Virgo or a late degree Leo. You know, if you have personal planets in the area where Mercury was retrograding, this retrograde was probably felt much harsher for you. Generally, I don't think it was the harshest retrograde we've ever had, but again, if you have planets and points there, you might disagree with me. Now, remember that in the past week, we've got to experience this Mercury retrograde trining Chiron. It basically has been trining Chiron for the last 2 weeks and will keep trining Chiron for the next week or two. What does that mean for us? Well, it means that we are going to have really deep conversations, probably also really deep insights that we get from our own psyche. Things come up, probably our dreams are really vivid and rich and are trying to give us a message from the unconscious. What needs to change, what needs to shift, what you need to work on. That's all happening inside, but then also outside. I think we will keep having these very deep conversations with either our romantic partner or a friend, a family member, where we get to work on something, integrating that inner child. Remember, Chiron representing that inner child that wants to be integrated, that doesn't feel fully seen and heard and acts out in certain ways. Now, also on the same day, we have Venus opposing Neptune. Now, this could be a clash between our desires, our physical desires that we have, not just the, physical as in the bedroom fun, but also physical as in what do I want in this world? What do I want out there? What I want from the world? So there is going to be a clash between that desire and certain ideals. There might be the idea of, I want to live that kind of life. But then in reality, but your reality looks very different and you actually have no idea how to live that ideal life. And maybe you have to adjust things a little bit. Remember, you're a mortal in this 3D reality. And yes, you're always connected to the divine. We are always connected to the divine. However, we are having this physical human experience, and so we have to adhere to certain physical laws, physical standards. We can't just hop from here to here without having done any quote-unquote work, internal or external, most likely both. So that is a reminder. This aspect, Venus opposing Neptune is a reminder of like, okay, it's kind of a bit of a reality check, but also it is asking you to not to downgrade your desires or your ideals, but to right-size them. So right-size them. Where are you? And from here, what do you have to do? Who do you have to become to get here? Remember, it's not just in the doing. You know, people do things all live long day, work hard all live long day, and they will still never get here because they are not being the person that they have to be to get here. It's not just in the doing. There needs to be alignment between doing and being. Also, just being without doing is not going to get you anywhere in this physical reality. There is a level of both necessary to make things happen. And we got to understand what that means. We got to understand what that means for our lives. Then also on the 29th, 30th, it's kind of like an overnight thing. We have Venus move into Libra. So she is coming home, her second home. I call it her summer home. And she's happier again. She's a much happier Venus in Libra than she was in Virgo. In Virgo, she struggled a little bit, you know, with reality. What reality asked of her. You know, Venus was not as Venusian, as sensual in Virgo. She was a bit more of a worker bee. In Libra, she's back in that energy of Venusianness. She's more reveling in that. She's thinking more about the nicer things in life, not the harder work, the actual day-to-day work that she has to do. In Libra, she feels more free. She also feels much more engaging. She wants to go out. She wants to hang out with people. Their one-on-one relationships are going to be much more flowy again. So there's more alignment again here with Venus. And Venus is going to stay here for about 4 weeks. Then on the 30th, right, when Venus moves into Libra, she will trine lovely Pluto. And that is a happy occasion because this is, first of all, Venus can be completely herself here. Venus can really tap into her sensuality here. This is a very hot, very sexy aspect, especially, you know, for relationships. This is like, you know, let's get it on kind of the let's get it on kind of energy. But also when it comes to Venus rooting deeper into her worthiness, this is a really, really beautiful aspect because there is a flow here. We are rooting into who we are, into what we know we deserve, and there's not even a question of could it be any different. No, it is. It just is. There is an isness here that I really, really like about this aspect because it goes deep, right? Pluto. It goes really, really deep. On September 1st and September 2nd, depending on where you are in the world, Pluto is going to move back into Capricorn, and that is going to be a big shift. That is a big, big shift. Also, this is the last time in our lifetime that Pluto is back in Capricorn. Now, the next 2-3 months are going to be crucial for us, for our life, for our stability, for the structures that we set. Pluto's going to just stay in 29 degrees, right? Like it's going to be in the last degree of Capricorn. So what needs to be finished for you in this lifetime? What do you not want to take forward? What needs to be integrated in a new way? Like now it's a beautiful time to really either restructure the current structures or lay a new foundation, because that Capricorn energy, it's so robust, it's so strong, it's earth, steadfast. So what we do now, or what we can do now for ourselves, for our lives, like in terms of restructuring, planning planning. I know some of us don't like planning, but I'm telling you, you will all benefit from some type of planning. You know, you don't have to do the super detailed version if you're not that type, if you don't function that way. But trust me, we will all benefit from some kind of planning for the future. Don't underestimate this time. This is going to be really big. Like I said, there's going to be a separate video about this where I'm going to talk about what aspects Pluto is going to make, and maybe I'm going to talk about all 12 signs, what it means for all 12 rising signs. We'll see. This is a big move back into Capricorn. It's going to be one of the transits of our lifetime. I know that sounds very dramatic, but I truly believe that for us also as a collective. Because we will leave Capricorn behind. Pluto will leave Capricorn behind. It's done with Capricorn. It's really on to the next. But, you know, every energy builds upon another. So Aquarius energy builds upon Capricorn energy. So what have you built in the Capricorn years, in the Capricorn energy? What have you restructured? What have you rebuilt? And what can you now build upon in Aquarius the coming 20 years? It's really important. So we're going to look deeper into this in the separate video that I will make for you. And yeah, this is the week. This is the week. Like I said, not that intense, more flowy. Yes, there is, you know, there are some important markers here, as you just heard, but it's not a catastrophic week like the ones before. So if you have any questions about this week, feel free to ask in the comment section below. If you want a personal reading, feel free to book it by clicking on the link in the description box. Anything else, I'm here to help you. And yeah, have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later.